Westport Central. The Eagles are coached by Mr. Rick Alcott, Mr. Mike Tyler, and Mr. Brad Resto are the assistant coaches. Number 22, Zach Sherman. Number 23, David Gay. Number 30, Andrew Luke. Number 21, Paul McKinley. Number 33, Michael Tyler. Number 41, Josh Stevens. Number 42, Curtis Deanne. Number 55, Travis Churchill. And now, in Westport, starting 5. Number 43, a sophomore, Curtis Deanne. Number 20, a junior, Senior Carroll. Number 31, a senior, Peter Zerko. Number 32, a senior, Will Schuyler. Number 34, a senior, Alex Roller. The home team for this game is Chazy Central. The Eagles are coached by Mr. Rob Harris, Mr. Corey Thompson, and Mr. Brian Norcross are the assistant coaches. Number 4, Evan Green. Number 10, Galen Conklin. Number 12, Frank Politi. Number 15, Matt Older. Number 22, Paul Sweeney. Number 32, Lyle Reynolds. And now, the Chazy, starting 5. Number 55, the junior, Joey Bradley. Number 20, a senior, Andrew Goodwin. Number 25, a senior, Vinny Boyer. Number 33, a junior, Corey Ellis. Number 00, a senior, Corey Lewis. Your officials for this game, Mr. Edwards and Mr. McDonald. Mrs. Novolowski is the official scorer. Mr. Bruce, the official timer. Mr. Goose is on the shot clock. Mr. Donnelly is an athletic trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing for our national anthem.
Hello everybody, I'm Joey Trombley along with Calvin Castine on the camera, and we're calling tonight's playoff game between the Westport Eagles and the Chazy Eagles. This is playoff atmosphere at the Fieldhouse in Plattsburgh State Campus. Westport and Chazy come into this game, into the semifinal game. Westport made it to the semifinals with a 70-45 thrashing of Mariah Central. Chazy did likewise to Indian Lake, beating them 53-31, a 22-point victory for them. Chazy and Westport are no strangers to each other. Chazy beat Westport earlier this year in Chazy by about 16 points. Chazy went down to Westport and they lost that game by 6. So I guess you could say tonight is the rubber match, but it's a big match because the winner of this goes to the championship Saturday, either against Bolton or Elizabethtown. Right now, Chazy takes the ball in with Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer coming up the court. He crosses center court. He will look to give it to Lewis, and he does. Lewis is being guarded by Robert. Westport's in a man-to-man defense. Lewis is calling the play. He's got Goodwin on the right side. Kenny Boyer coming out, gets the ball. Kenny Boyer at the key, pushes it right side to Joey Bradley. Bradley looking around, gets it over to Lewis. Lewis being guarded very closely by Robert. Looking to drive, he does. Lewis goes underneath, misses a shot, and Will MacGyver comes up for the ball for Westport. He takes it across center court himself, gets to center court, passes it over to 34, over to Robert. Robert goes left side over to Tanner Carroll. Tanner Carroll is the playmaker for Westport. A very talented guard, nice shooter, moves the ball well. Inside to Jordo, and Peter Jordo was a big factor down in Westport. He scored a lot of points underneath on Chazy, and he scores the first bucket tonight. It's Westport 2-0 at the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter. Lewis has the ball. He looks left side over to Kenny Boyer. Westport playing their man-to-man defense. Boyer being guarded by Will MacGyver. Gets over to Corey Ellis. Ellis looks inside to Andy Goodwin. Goodwin pushes it out to Lewis. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's looking to drive. They pack it in. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Lewis lets the three-pointer go, and Corey Lewis drains a three-pointer, and Chazy's up 3-2 with Adam Robert taking the ball up. Carroll's wide left, and wide right is MacGyver. MacGyver's picked up by Kenny Boyer. Inside into the paint to Tanner Carroll. Nice feed from MacGyver to Carroll, and it's 4-3 Westport. Lewis will take the ball up, being guarded by Robert. Robert's playing off Lewis. Lewis is a very talented, gifted athlete, very quick, and Robert playing wisely off the dribble. Shot goes up, big rebound. Jordo and Lewis fight for the ball, and the arrow favors Westport. Westport will get the ball. We're 2 minutes into the first quarter. Westport with a 4-3 lead here early in the first quarter. Robert taking the ball up. Something I've seen a little different tonight. The 2 times I've seen him play earlier this year, turnover, it's Lewis coming down. It was Carroll bringing the ball up, but now it's Robert. And nice feed, Lewis to Ellis. Ellis, a nice layup. It's 5-4 Chazy. And here comes MacGyver. MacGyver will take the ball up. Jordo's down low, as well as Meade. Carroll's at the point. He gets it over to the left side to Robert, back to Carroll, right side to MacGyver. MacGyver looking around, Chazy playing their 2-3 zone. They'll give MacGyver that shot. He misses, rebound Lewis. Or Ellis. Ellis grabs rebound, gives it up to Lewis, and Lewis will bring it up. Taking it up slowly. Again, Westport's into a man-to-man defense. It's Robert on Lewis. Lewis taking the ball, driving into the paint, passes out to Kenny Boyer. Shoots an air ball. And out of bounds, and the ball will go to Westport. Carroll over to Robert. Chazy will go back into their 2-3 zone. And here comes Adam Robert. We're approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Looks left, goes right to MacGyver. Meade's down low. Tanner goes low and tries to hit Jordo. It's off his hands. And Jordo gets it back out quick to Robert. Robert's looking to go into the paint. He does. Nice drive by Adam Robert. And he gives Westport the lead 6-5. Lewis coming across center court, being guarded by Robert. Goodwin makes the move to the right side. Bradley underneath. Kenny Boyer coming out. He gets the ball from Lewis. Ellis stays wide left. Out to Joey Bradley. Ellis making the move. Pushes it over to Goodwin. Goodwin looks to go over. Pushes it over to Ellis. Lewis goes into the paint. Pushes it to Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer looking to do something. Over to Bradley. Bradley pushes it back out. And 3-second called on Chazy. I think that might have been on Joey Bradley. Turnover Chazy, back to Westport. We're approaching about the halfway mark here in the first quarter, 6-5 to Westport. Robert pushes it way over to the right side, over to MacGyver. He's picked up by Kenny Boyer. He goes way across court over to Carroll. Carroll looking to make the move, takes a shot. He misses, rebound, Lewis. Lewis grabs the rebound. And Coach Guerin wants a timeout. And we're looking at a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment. We're back from the timeout. Goodwin will take the ball. He pushes all the way up to Kenny Boyer. He crosses center court. MacGyver rushes to guard him. Over to Goodwin. Goodwin called for the travel. Wasn't sure if he wanted to dribble it or pass it, and he got caught in between, and it's travel on Goodwin. Turnover Chazy. Ball back to Westport. Carroll will get it over to Robert. What I was saying earlier, it was the last 2 games, Carroll has been the one bringing the ball up. He was the playmaker, but it looks like Robert is tonight a little difference in strategy for Westport. MacGyver in the paint, misses, gets his own rebound, sets the shot up, and Lewis gets the ball all the way up to Ellis. Ellis running the court well. Ellis takes it in for the layup, and Chazy regains the lead. We've had about 4 lead changes here in the first quarter. Chazy up 7-6. Robert calling the play for Westport. He goes left side over to Carroll. Carroll, nice shot, hits the rim, rebound. Jordo goes up strong, takes it from Kenny Boyer. That was Meade actually. Takes it from Kenny Boyer. He's up, another lead change. Westport up 8-7. It's Lewis coming down on the left side. He's got Ellis down left. He's got Goodwin in the center. Kenny Boyer way to the right. He gets it to Kenny Boyer. They're playing off Kenny. Gives it inside to Joey Bradley. Over to Lewis, or Ellis. Ellis with the ball, gives it back to Lewis. Lewis will look to penetrate. Lewis into the paint, almost lost the ball, gives it up to Ellis. Ellis takes the 3-pointer, misses a shot. Kenny Boyer, good rebound off the glass. Kenny Boyer, strong rebound, another lead change. Chazy's ahead 9-8. We're having a very exciting first quarter here down at Plattsburgh State at the Fieldhouse, with Chazy leading 9-8 with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Inside, a nice feed from MacGyver to Tanner Carroll. Chazy got caught sleeping on that 2-3 zone there. Westport goes back ahead 10-9. It's Lewis with the ball, being guarded by Robert, as it has been the whole quarter. Lewis calling the play. There's movement from Chazy. He's got Kenny Boyer on the right side. They'll play off Kenny Boyer. They'll give him that 3-pointer. He pulls it up, and Kenny Boyer, they gave him the shot. He took advantage of it, Calvin.
Giving him the shot seems to be the order of the day. There is absolutely no fouls. We're 6 minutes into the game, Joey.
Yeah, it's been, they're letting him play. There's no doubt about it, but it's been a pretty clean game so far.
That's what I mean. Nobody's playing tight. They're getting the free shots.
And Robert makes a nice drive, and there's another lead change. It's 12-11 Westport. Chazy had the lead, 11-10. Robert drives in, gives Westport the 1-point lead. Lewis calling the play, goes out to Ellis. Ellis being guarded by Carroll. Ellis gives it back to Lewis. There's some movement underneath. Lewis looking to try to penetrate. Robert won't give him the move. Picked by Goodwin. MacGyver comes out to help out. Lewis takes another 3-pointer. Misses, and rebound by Jordo. Jordo wisely gives it up to Robert. And we approach the 1 minute and 10-second mark here in the first quarter. Westport with a 1-point lead. MacGyver looking to drive. Tough shot from MacGyver. Good rebound by MacGyver. Shot up, and Lewis comes up with it. He makes the move, crosses center court. Looking to penetrate. Inside to Bradley. Bradley looking to get the shot. He's blocked by MacGyver. Nice defensive play by MacGyver. He'll take it across center court himself. Slows it up. Looks for Carroll, but gives it over to Robert. 26 on the shot clock, 40 on the game clock. Pushes over right side to MacGyver. He goes all the way to Carroll. Carroll looking to try to get the look. He can shoot. Misses that one, and Meade is right there. Meade grabs the rebound, knocks it in. It's 14-11 Westport. 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. That's the biggest lead of the game for either team. Westport with a 3-point lead. Lewis with the ball, trying to work the last shot of the quarter. And he'll work Robert. Robert wisely playing off of Lewis, because Lewis is a very fast player, can get by him. Gives up his dribble over to Goodwin. Back to Lewis. 4 seconds to go. Good defensive play. Here comes MacGyver. Will he get the shot off? Shots off, and no good. And the first quarter comes to the end, Calvin. 14-11, and no foul called, right?
Not a foul. And I'm wondering, Chazy's offense seems to be Corey Lewis dribbling and everybody else moving around. I don't like that kind of an offense. I like to see that ball not touching the floor. People moving without the ball and getting the passes. And I think if Chazy keeps in that kind of a mode, they're going to be in trouble tonight. But time will tell. I think Rob Guerin is a CVAC Coach of the Year last year, and he's done a great job here at Chazy. I think he'll come up with another plan before it's all done.
I do too. But I think defensively, both teams played pretty good defense. They did give Kenny Boyer the open look, but I think it's because Kenny Boyer is an inside player. So why not give him the open look until he burns you? And Kenny had the look, and he banked it in.
Yeah, but there's been a couple of openings down here in the Chazy zone too that where Westport's got some better shots than they should have, and I think this will tighten up as the game progresses.
Well, there's no doubt. I'm sure that Coach Guerin, there were a couple soft spots. There's no doubt about it in that first quarter with the Chazy 2-3 zone, which you haven't usually seen all year. And they did get a couple easy buckets, and I'm sure Coach Guerin addressed that at the break here.
I want to point out, Joey, that I'm a little bit off center here. Now, you see this camera set up over here? It's not running right now. These are people for the next game. They're from the E-Town area, and they got here before 5:30 to steal that spot. So.
Well, we're okay where we are, but it's not prime location, that's for sure. Evan Green is in the game for Joey Bradley inside to Kenny Blair. Kenny Blair in the paint. Kenny Blair takes the shot off the glass, misses it, and number 55, it looked like, Travis Turnbull grabbed the rebound. Robert has the ball, and he'll slow things up. And Chazy needs to tighten their 2-3 zone up here. They're down by 3 in the second quarter. All the way over to Carroll. Carroll almost loses it. Back out to Robert. Over to MacGyver. MacGyver goes baseline, trying to find somebody inside to Jordo. And there's the first foul of the game on Corey Lewis.
8 minutes and 37 seconds. It's a new Section VII record.
Carroll will take the ball out from underneath. All the way out to Robert. Movement by MacGyver. He goes left side to Carroll. Carroll back to Robert. He goes all the way to the corner to MacGyver. MacGyver saves it from going out. He's picked up by Andy Goodwin. But back to Robert, quickly over to Carroll. Carroll will take the three-pointer. And Carroll drains the bucket, and it's 17-11 Westport. Westport by 6. Goodwin. Ball goes over to Kenny Blair, out to Evan Green. Evan Green shoots, misses it. And Kenny Blair made a nice effort trying to save it. Back to Westport. Chazy's got to tighten up this time down, Calvin.
Evan Green missing that shot wasn't the problem. The problem was taking that shot with nobody underneath.
Yep, well, just came into the game, probably a little jittery, wanted to get the shot off. But Chazy's got to tighten it up defensively here. They don't want this lead to get away or this lead to get any bigger than what it is. And it is Robert with the ball. Robert goes inside to Jordo. He's in the paint, off the glass. Rebound to Kenny Blair. Kenny Blair's being guarded by Jordo. Kenny Blair come up. He has Evan Green. And Kenny Blair throws the ball away, trying to hit Evan Green on the fast break. And that's what happens on the fast break, Calvin. Sometimes it looks good if you pull it off, and sometimes you can throw it away.
Especially when you go down the sideline like that, you've got a very small area where you can have room for error.
Well, MacGyver has the ball right now. Chazy playing their 2-3 zone. Turnbull down low along with Jordo. They're two big guys for Westport. And Carroll goes up again, misses it. Rebound. MacGyver took the rebound and he misses, and it's Lewis with the ball. Lewis trying to drive. And hits Goodwin on the back of the head. He runs into Evan Green. They're on the ground. And Chazy's trying to push the ball, but they're throwing the ball away trying to do that.
Yeah, their legs are moving faster than their bodies, or their bodies are moving faster than their legs. They got to slow it down just a bit and get themselves within themselves.
Well, right now it's Westport trying to increase that 6-point lead. Almost stolen by Ellis. Robert is looking to make the move. Rejected by Kenny Blair. Turnbow's in nowhere land, but he pushes it out. And it goes to Carroll. Carroll goes left side to MacGyver. MacGyver will go into the paint, trying to draw the foul, and he does. As the foul is on Evan Green. Westport, that was before the shot, so Westport will get the ball underneath. Jordo is out. Mead is back into the game. Tanner Carroll taking the ball out for Westport underneath. And he goes all the way out over to MacGyver. MacGyver gets it to Robert. He goes full circle to Tanner Carroll. He misses it and goes into Ellis's hands. Ellis being challenged, no foul called. And boy, I'll tell you what, Chazy loses another one, and here comes MacGyver. He's going to take it all the way. MacGyver got too cute on that one, Calvin, behind the back, and threw it away.
Reminds me of the days of Bob Cousy.
And those days are long gone, Calvin.
None of these kids have ever heard of Bob Cousy, probably. Well, the moment we've been waiting for, Tremblay's on the court.
Trombley in for Evan Green. That was Calvin that said that. Trombley has the ball. He crosses center court. Trombley pulls it back over to Lewis. Lewis has the ball. He's picked up, good pick by Goodwin. Over to Trombley. Trombley throws up an air ball. And I don't think he was prepared to take that shot, Calvin.
If he'd been standing at the three-point line, that would have went in.
That was an NBA shot, there's no doubt about it. He was way too far to take that shot. And here comes Robert. Robert with the ball, he goes right side over to MacGyver. MacGyver fumbles it a little bit, but back to Robert. He's got Carroll left side, but goes back to MacGyver right side. He has Robert. Robert picked up by Trombley, left side to Carroll, inside to Meade. Meade tied up by Kenny Boyer, and the arrow favors Westport. And it looks like Mike Tyler in the game. Tyler is in, MacGyver is out. Westport ball, it's been 17-11 for a while here. Chazy has gotten cold. And Tyler has the ball over to Robert. He goes into the paint. Trombley's got the ball. Trombley looking to run the court. Trombley looking to take it. Tries to hit Corey Lewis or Ellis, and it's knocked away. Trombley probably should have just taken it right to the hoop. What do you think, Calvin?
He was closely guarded. It would have been a tough shot. I think he was expecting to find someone open.
Well, Chazy turns another ball over again. Joey Bradley coming into the game. And Joey Bradley in, Galen Trombley out. Coach Guerin yelling instructions to his team. Carroll gives it over to Robert. Chazy's got to tighten up again here. First quarter was pretty good offensively. Second quarter, they're struggling for baskets. Both teams are at this point.
Chazy scored this quarter?
No, they haven't. Reminds me of last night with Elizabethtown and Chazy, the girls' game. Kenny Boyer, arrow favors Chazy. I'm surprised there wasn't a foul on that one, Calvin.
I think there might be.
Oh, there is. Okay, I kind of thought there should be when you get tackled like that with two people. And that would have been Mike Tyler, his first foul. Out to Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer gives it to Ellis. Ellis with the ball. Over to Lewis. Chazy's moving underneath with Bradley and Ellis. Lewis has the ball. Was going to give it up to Ellis, but it was knocked away. Good defensive play from Westport. Lewis into the paint. Out of control. He's lucky to be called for a foul on that one, or to get the foul.
Yeah, Westport should have just backed off. There was no way he was going to take a good shot. He could have made it, of course, because he was throwing it toward the basket, and anything can happen, but that was a poor shot selection.
No doubt about it. The foul's on Travis Turnbull, number 55. Lewis will go to the line trying to take the 6-point deficit down to a 4-point deficit. He misses the first one. MacGyver's back into the game. It looks like Robert is out of the game. Lewis misses the second one, and good hustle, and goes to White. Maybe we need Brittany Goodrow out here to take those foul shots, because she was hot as a pistol last night.
She was putting them in, and that was a big factor in last night's game.
Well, Lewis has the ball, being guarded closely by Tyler. There's Ellis with the ball. He's being guarded by Carroll. Ellis takes a shot. That's way off the mark. Bradley saves it over to Goodwin. Nice shot. And partially blocked by Meade and picked up by Turnbull. Turnbull gives it to Carroll over to MacGyver. And Westport's moving the ball better than Chazy at this point in the first half.
Yeah, Chazy's got that Corey Lewis dribbling and everybody else moving around offense, and then the shots they've taken, they're just tight. They're missing by a lot. They're not coming close in some of those shots. The team is tight right now, Joey.
Well, Kenny Boyer picks up his foul, first foul. It's only 3 fouls in the first half and only 2 for Westport, which is quite amazing for a playoff basketball game. Turnbull has the ball back to MacGyver, over to Carroll. Carroll will take the 3-pointer. and it goes into Lewis's hands. Lewis pushing it up, and again, Chazy's trying to push it. Pass is too hard for Lewis or Ellis, and it's another turnover for Chazy.
And you can't say the court wasn't big enough. You're not going to find a court much bigger in the area.
No, I don't know. Chazy's got some jitters here today, and it's definitely not the best basketball we've seen him play all year.
No, it's like the Lions last night. Once things start going wrong, people start to press a little bit more, and sometimes you can get back on track, and sometimes you can't.
Well, we do know one thing about basketball. It's a game of streaks, and a lot of game left. Obviously, we got another half in the rest of this second quarter, and maybe Chazy will get on a streak of their own. MacGyver shoots, he misses, a rebound, and it comes out somehow to Westport. Jurdo takes the shot, he misses. Goodwin grabs the rebound, over to Lewis. Lewis coming up, he's going to look to drive himself. Oh, did you see offensive foul on that, Calvin?
It kind of surprised me that was the call, and I think it surprised Rob Guerin too.
I thought Lewis had made the bucket and going to the line, and it was offensive foul. That was really surprising. But the referee sees it the way they see it, and they make the call, and it's Westport ball. We're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter with Westport with a 17-11 lead, which they've had for like the last 4 minutes, and no team is scoring right now. And over to MacGyver. MacGyver's going baseline, and he goes over Bradley, and it's now an 8-point Westport lead, the biggest lead of the night. The first quarter it was back-to-back lead switches, and it's been all Westport here in the second quarter. And before the shot, it looks like Tyler called on a foul on Lewis.
Foul, Westport Tyler, second, team's third.
Goodwin finds Lewis. Another turnover off the hands of Joey Bradley. Coach Guerin looks to be beside himself over there as to what's going on here tonight. I don't think he expected this.
No, just a lot of unforced errors happening on the Chazy side, and that's a lot of empty trips down the court.
Well, it sure has a whole quarter so far. It's 19-11. Westport looking to go to double digits for a lead here. And Calvin, like we talked last night, whatever team seems to shoot at this basket in the second half is not good. And if Chazy has to come down and shoot at this basket on this end down by 10, it doesn't look good for him at all. But hopefully they can turn it around. Timeout by Coach Guerin. He's rubbing his head over there. He's beside himself. Westport has a 10-point lead, and we'll be back in just a moment. It'll be Chazy ball after that timeout by Coach Guerin. They're down by 10 with about 1:13 here in the second quarter. Chazy needs to score on this offensive trip here to cut that 10-point lead down to single digits. Lewis over to Ellis. Ellis being guarded by Carroll. Out to Goodwin. Goodwin stops his dribble. Back to Lewis. Lewis takes the shot. And a foul on Adam Robert.
Westport a little upset, Joey, because Corey got a little elbow room in there before he took the shot.
I don't know if it was an elbow or a shoulder, but it was something. But right now, Lewis is 0 for 3 from the line. And he's going to the line for one more. He misses his fourth free throw. Lewis is not getting the distance here at the field house with those shots. And MacGyver throws it to Robert, and it's off Robert's hands. Chazy will get another opportunity this quarter to try to score a bucket.
Well, we've mentioned it before, and bears repeating. These baskets that are out there in the middle of nowhere, it takes some getting used to.
And finally, Goodwin takes the bucket, makes the bucket. It's 21-13. I'm sure Westport will try to work for the final shot. They got an 8-point lead. Would like to increase that to 10 or 11 before the period ends. All the way over to Carroll. I'm surprised Carroll's taking that shot. Out to Lewis. I'm sure Coach can't be happy with that one. Lewis. And McMillan says foul On 3-2, the foul is on Will MacGyver. And Lewis, well, we said at the break they can get it down to 6 points, that'd be good. Here's their opportunity.
But Corey's going to make 2 from the foul line.
Finally, he's 1 for 5. All right, Lewis makes the first one. Maybe he's starting to get the range now.
There's still 17 seconds on the clock, so Westport's got a lot of time for a return shot.
They do. He gets that one. It's 21-15. Chazy's got to tighten it up. If they can go into the half only down by 6, that's probably pretty good the way they played the second quarter.
Yeah, considering how cold they were and that they've only scored 4 points, they can't complain.
I'm not sure if MacGyver's the one you want to take the three-pointer out there. I think he should have been looking for Tanner Carroll. But MacGyver takes it, he misses it. Halftime is 21-15 Chazy, and quite frankly, I think Chazy's lucky to be down only by 6 going into the break.
Definitely. We'll see if this rim on our right side continues to frustrate the shooters. Last night, the Lions took a long time before they were able to score at this end. So we'll see if Chazy can come around and score at this end down here early.
Well, we're at the break right now, and we'll be back after the break for the second half. Again, Chazy trailing Westport 21-15. Well, we're ready to start the second quarter here. Westport has a 6-point lead. They lead the second half. Yes, Calvin straightened me out. You can take 10-minute break and you kind of mess it up. It's the second half. And Chazy will be going from left to right. They're down by 6, 21-15. Kenny Boyer with the ball. Gets it out to Goodwin. Goodwin going into the paint. He's got to do something with it. He's rejected by Meade. It's MacGyver. He'll go coast to coast. He takes it up. Rebound by Andy Goodwin. Good rebound over to Lewis. Lewis going up. And there's that rim we talked about. Joey Bradley with the ball. He steps on the back line. Chazy had a good opportunity to drop the deficit down to 4, but Lewis misses the layup. And Bradley steps on the line. It goes back to Westport with Robert taking the ball up. He's got Carroll way on the left side. He's got MacGyver to the right. He gives it up to MacGyver. MacGyver goes in the paint to Carroll. And shots up, misses. Rebound goes to, it's a loose ball. Jump ball called, and it will favor, the arrow will favor Westport. And they're saying ball underneath. And Carroll will take the ball out for Westport. And they push it in to Jurdo, but it's knocked out to MacGyver. MacGyver gets it to Jurdo, out to Carroll. Carroll has the shot. In and out. Rebound, ball slipping around. It ends up in Westport's hands with Tanner Carroll with the ball. Carroll having the ball goes right side to Robert. Robert tries to push it inside. It's knocked away, but every loose ball seems to go back to Westport. But they throw it away there, and it will be Chazy ball. Chazy has scored the last 4 points to end the second quarter. And they're here to start the third quarter. They're still down by 6 at 1:08 into the third quarter. Kenny Boyer gives it up to Andy Goodwin. Andy Goodwin over to Lewis. Lewis to Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer will square up. Kenny Boyer squares up and makes the bucket. 21-17. It's 6 straight points for Chazy. They were down 21-11 at one time. Robert with the ball. He goes right side over to MacGyver. MacGyver puts the fake on Ellis. He'll square up. Goes into the hands of Lewis. Lewis running the court. Out to Ellis. Ellis goes in for the layup. And Ellis makes the layup. And Coach Alcott calls a timeout. This is what Chazy needed to come out into the third quarter and have happen, Calvin.
That was a nice sharp pass to hit Ellis. And yeah, Chazy's had a good couple trips down the floor. And now it's Westport's turn to regroup. But they're still up by 2.
Well, we talked about this in the first half. Basketball is a game of streaks. It seems like Chazy's on one now. Obviously, they scored the last 8 points and in the second quarter coming into the third quarter. How long can they make the streak last? We'll find out after the timeout. We're back from the timeout, and Carroll will take the ball out over to Robert. Robert will slowly bring it up the court. Chazy's in their 2-3 zone. He goes right side over to MacGyver. MacGyver with the ball goes over to Meade. Meade looks for Robert. He finds Robert. Robert looks right. Looks to go into the paint. He does. Forces it. Kenny Blair grabs the rebound over to Lewis. All the way up to Ellis. Ellis looking to take it in. Ellis taking it in. Rebound Bradley. Bradley off the glass. Kenny Blair. Chazy fought hard for that, Calvin. 3 offensive rebounds. And the game's now tied 21-21.
Hitting them offensive boards, anytime you're doing that, you're doing something right.
Well, I'm not sure what Coach Guerin said to these boys at halftime, but Chazy's coming out flying. Here comes Ellis again. Ellis takes it up, and Ellis has given Chazy the lead. Chazy has scored the last 12 points. They were down 21-11 at one time. They've scored the last 12. They're ahead 23-21. It's MacGyver with the ball. Goes inside to Jordo, but Jordo pushes Lewis from behind. Foul on Westport. Ball will go back to Chazy. And it will be Goodwin taking the ball out for Chazy. Calvin, it's a turn of events here tonight.
The momentum is definitely in Chazy's favor. Westport has had a timeout, but they shouldn't go too long without another one if things don't turn around for them.
Kenny Boyer has the ball. He's looking to take it to the hoop. Kenny Boyer squares up, misses the shot, and they're saying Kenny Boyer over the back, I think. No, Joey Bradley with the push. So Bradley gets the first foul here in the second half. Ball goes back to Westport. Kenny Boyer had the shot. He squared up, missed the shot, and it will be Robert taking it across center court here. Robert with the ball. Chazy settles into their 2-3 zone. MacGyver goes cross court over to Carroll. Carroll will take the three-pointer. And Kenny Blair going up for the rebound. And it was Stevens from underneath. Takes out Kenny Blair from underneath, going for the rebound. Second foul on Westport here in the third quarter. And Calvin, you can feel the intensity pick up here about halfway into the third quarter.
Now Westport is pressing, and it's just a matter of just out of streaks, and Westport's got to get themselves back on track, otherwise they'll find themselves down by a dozen very quickly.
Well, Lewis with the ball. Lewis goes up. Lewis gets the roll, and it's 25-21. That's 14 straight for Chazy. Robert with the ball. He gets it over to MacGyver. MacGyver pushes it over to Carroll. Carroll back to MacGyver. MacGyver in the paint. He's knocked away by Kenny Blair. Ellis has the ball. Ellis looking to take it all the way. Ellis takes it all the way. Nice movement from Corey Ellis. Gives Chazy a 6-point lead.
Very nice play from Corey Ellis, and it all started with that block from Boyer.
Chazy has picked up their game up tremendously here in the third quarter. They were down by 10, now up by 6. It is definitely a game of streaks. Carroll will take the three-pointer, and Carroll off the glass. That can stop momentum real quick when you bang in a three-pointer.
That gives your team some confidence again, and you're only 3 down, so there's a lot of game left to play here at 3:45.
No doubt about it. Lewis with the ball. The fans are definitely getting into the game. Oh, nice feed from Lewis to Goodwin, but Lewis was fouled before the pass went out. And it looked like the foul was called on Robert. And it looks like McKinley is in the game for Westport. I think they brought him up from the JVs, and he's into the game big time here. And Coach Alcott is mixing things up for Westport. Ellis takes a three-pointer. He's got the hot hand. And it's 30-24 Chazy. And Bo McKinley taking the ball up. Coach Alcott trying to mix things up here. I guess McKinley's probably a good outside shot. He gives it to MacGyver. MacGyver takes a tough shot. And he's fouled by Kenny Boyer. And I think that's Kenny's second foul of the night.
Kenny Boyer in the games I've seen has been foul prone. I think Chazy's lucky to have him only with his second foul at this point in the game.
Yeah, you can say that. We've been following him all year, and that's true. And that was a shot he didn't really need to foul because MacGyver was way off on the baseline. Well, MacGyver has the Corey Lewis disease here at the foul line on this end. If you remember, right, Lewis started the game 0 for 4, but he's heated up since then.
Yeah, he hit his last couple of foul shots, and he's been doing a nice job of penetrating with the ball.
MacGyver misses the second one. Rebound by Kenny Boyer over to Lewis. Lewis crosses center court. He's looking to take it all the way. And he's fouled before the and it looks like it might have been on Bo McKinley. Chazy will take it out underneath. And now Tyler's back in the game. MacGyver's out of the game. Andy Goodwin with the ball. Inside. Oh, Corey Ellis saw easy too, and it just came off his hands, Calvin.
Wanted to shoot it before he had control.
I know exactly what he's thinking, because back in my day, which is many years ago, I've had that happen to me before. And right now it's Carroll with the ball to McKinley. Back to Carroll. Inside to Jordo. And he's fouled by Joey Bradley. That's the third foul for Chazy here in the second half. And that was before the shot. And it'll be out of bounds underneath for Westport. Chazy with a 6-point lead, and Tanner Carroll taking the ball out for Westport. Carroll goes all the way back to McKinley. Bo McKinley with the ball over to Tyler. Tyler out to Carroll, back to McKinley. McKinley fakes a three-pointer, pushes it over to Tyler. Tyler saves it from going out, back to McKinley. McKinley will take the three-pointer. That's why they brought him in here. And rebound by Kenny Blair. Kenny Boyer looking for somebody. He dribbles it himself. Out to Ellis. Ellis has got the look. Ellis goes in. He gets fouled hard by Tyler. And Corey Ellis will go to the line for two.
Yeah, Tyler, if you're going to foul, you want to make sure he doesn't score. And it was a good, clean foul, and Ellis didn't score.
Oh, no. Tyler did his job. It was a good defensive play. You don't want to give him the easy bucket. And Ellis will go to the line for two. And he makes the first one, and he increases that Chazy lead to 7 points. Meade is into the game, and out comes Josh Stevens. Meade and Jordo are two big guys for Westport underneath. They're underneath for the rebounds right now.
Well, Bradley's a pretty tall kid, and Meade looks like he's got a couple inches on him.
Yeah, he does. Ellis misses the second one. Goodwin tries to get the rebound, but Jordo is there. Out to McKinley. Lewis was back to stop him. Chazy playing their 2-3 zone. They're more active now with a 7-point lead. And it is Tyler goes left side to Meade. Meade back to McKinley. McKinley over to Carroll. Carroll back to McKinley. McKinley will look to drive. Bounces it into Meade. Meade being tied up. He wisely dribbles it out and gets it back to Carroll over to Tyler. Tyler back to Carroll. Carroll with the shot. Rebound by Tyler. Andy Goodwin. And Tyler tied up. And the arrow favors Chazy. Good effort by both players.
Good job of Goodwin knocking that one loose. Then Tyler able to recover and jump on top of it. But Goodwin got Chazy the ball.
Well, Lewis with the ball. We're under 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Chazy with a 7-point lead. They came into this quarter down by 6. So it's a good third quarter for Chazy. And there's Corey Lewis taking it strong to the hoop. And it's a 9-point Chazy lead. Coach Alcott is rotating people in and out, trying to find something that will work for Westport. They're down by 9 here in the third quarter. Another turnover for Westport. And I don't think Coach Alcott with a 6-point lead was expecting this in the third quarter.
No, Chazy is, I don't think Rob Guerin was expecting this either. What is it? They've outscored him, I think, 18-3 right now, and so far in the third.
That's exactly what it is. And I think Kenny Boyer even faked out Corey Ellis on that one. Actually, he was screened by Carroll, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Coach McMillan is checking something out here. Referee McMillan.
I've made mistakes like that many times.
Rookie mistakes, Calvin, rookie mistakes. And it is Carroll over to Robert. Robert will probably take it himself. He does across the center court. He's trying to slow things down and get them back into a rhythm. MacGyver with the ball, makes the move, goes over to Jordo. Jordo back out to Robert. Robert inside to Meade, back out to MacGyver. Westport moving the ball well. Carroll with the ball. He'll pull up. Nice ball movement from Westport. Carroll makes the jump shot, and it's 33-26, 7-point Chazy lead. Lewis with the ball with 31 seconds on the shot clock. Lewis will stop for 3. He misses. Rebound by Joey Bradley, picked up by Lewis. Lewis over to Kenny Boyer. He'll slow it up. Kenny Boyer goes into the paint. Inside to Goodwin. Nice feed, and there's that rim we talked about, Calvin, in and out. Ball goes to Westport. 33-26 Chazy. Robert with the ball. They're looking to cut that 9-point lead down to 5. MacGyver with the ball all the way across to Carroll. Carroll saves it from going out. Looking to penetrate. Tied up. Ball goes loose into Mead's hands. He bounces it back to Robert. 20 seconds on the shot clock, or the game clock. 10 on the shot clock. Mead goes in. He's blocked. Lewis has the ball. He's got 14 seconds. He's slowing things up. He's saying one shot. One shot, guys. He's trying to slow it up. He's looking. Oh, he got away with that one. Ellis taking the three-pointer. Misses. Kenny Blair throws it up, and no way. Third quarter comes to an end. Chazy leading 33-26. They were down 21-15 at the end of 2. They've outscored them 18-5 here in the third quarter. A very strong quarter for Chazy, Calvin.
Yep, 7 points, but as we just saw, 7 points isn't much of a lead in 8 minutes, so we'll see what the fourth quarter looks like.
Well, Calvin, we said it from the first quarter on. It's a game of streaks. Now is it Westport's turn? We'll find out after the break. We're back to start the fourth quarter. The arrow favors Westport. They're down by 7. Here to start the fourth quarter. Chazy up by 7. Robert gets the ball from Carroll. Robert goes right side to MacGyver. MacGyver pushes it back to Robert, back to Carroll. Carroll squares up and misses it. Rebound goes into Robert's hands, and he's fouled going up. Robert will go to the line for 2. And that would have been, I think, Kenny Blair's third foul. Like you say, he's prone for foul trouble.
Well, he's under there trying to stop the guys from going underneath, and you reach in there, and that happens.
There's something with this rim on foul shots tonight, Calvin. Even Robert's having a hard time with the free throw so far.
Well, one thing about Westport, when they came out here to start the fourth quarter, all 5 of them went back there as if they were on defense, so they might still be shook up here. Nobody was going to inbound it.
He makes the second one. He makes it a 2-possession game, 33-27 Chazy. Lewis with the ball. Lewis gives it over to Goodwin. Goodwin bounces it into Bradley. Bradley pushes it to Goodwin. Goodwin goes in. Off the backboard. Rebound by, that would be Turnbull. He gives it up to MacGyver, over to Robert. Robert crosses center court. He's looking inside. Westport needs a big bucket here if they want to get closer. Into the paint, knocked away, but Mead comes up with it. And Mead hits the big bucket, and here's that streak we talked about.
Being warned about touching the ball after the shot.
Was it a warning or a foul?
First time's a warning. Now both teams have been warned, so you can't touch that ball after you've scored.
Okay, well, Westport scored the last 4 points, so maybe we might be seeing a little Westport streak going right now, but it's Lewis with the ball.
And little breaks are important, and that ball time there, they got that shot because of a little break where the ball bounced into the shooter's hands, and they got an easy shot.
And Goodwin had a nice feed from Kenny Blair, and Turnbow fouls him underneath before the shot, I believe. And no, they're looking for the 1-1 underneath. Westport, one more foul. Chazy will go to the line 1-on-1. Lewis with the ball. Goes left side to Goodwin. Goodwin inside to Kenny Blair. Nice feed from Goodwin to Kenny Blair. Chazy increases their lead to 6 points, 35-29. Everything's riding on tonight's game. The winner goes to Championship Saturday here at the Fieldhouse at the campus of Plattsburgh State. And it is MacGyver with the ball. He squares up baseline. Misses the shot. Lewis tries to get it. Goodwin fighting for the ball. And they say off Westport. And the ball goes Chazy's favor. And Jordo's ready to check back in, and Turnbull will go out of the game. Goodwin pushes it over to Blair, over to Lewis. Lewis out of control. No, but he takes the shot off the backboard. Corey Lewis makes the bucket. It's an 8-point Chazy lead, and Lewis will go to the line for 1.
One one thing we've learned about Corey Lewis is he's never completely out of control. We've seen him make it backwards, upside down, you name it.
Well, he scored that when he got the call. And this rim's no good to him either for the foul shot. Rebound Westport. 8-point Chazy lead. We're down to the 6-point mark. MacGyver loses the ball, picked up by Ellis. Ellis trying to take it down. Ellis takes it in. He misses the ball. Rebound by MacGyver. And they're going back to back, and MacGyver loses the ball. And a call goes Chazy's favor. And we have number 23, Zach Vanderhoof, is into the game. With Kenny Boyer taking the ball in over to Goodwin. Kenny Boyer with the shot, misses it. Bradley. Joey Bradley with the big rebound, the big bucket. Chazy with a 10-point lead with 5 minutes and 41 seconds. Robert crosses center court. Robert pushes it right side over to MacGyver. MacGyver goes all the way to Carroll. Carroll will take the three-pointer. And Tanner Carroll, he's capable. He nails the three-pointer. It's 39-32. He stops the Chazy momentum with that three-pointer.
Back to a 7-point ball game. Still a lot of time with over 5 minutes to go.
Absolutely. Goodwin into the paint, losing it over to Joey Bradley. Out to Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer squares up. The ball's tipped by Vanderhoof, just came into the game. Oh, travel by Robert. He saw Lewis, and he turned around, and he did a little stutter step. And some more changes coming in here. We have Sherman into the game right now. And Robert is out of the game. Chazy is in the 1-on-1. Out to Kenny Boyer. Over to Goodwin. Goodwin back to Kenny Boyer. Over to Joey Bradley. Joey Bradley over to Lewis. 26 on the shot clock. Chazy with a 7-point lead. He's guarded by Sherman. Lewis being guarded by Sherman. Carroll's on Corey Ellis. Pushes it. And Pete McMillan said travel before he got rid of it. And a turnover, Chazy. Ball back to Westport. We're 4 minutes and 44 seconds here in the fourth quarter. You can definitely feel the intensity pick up, Calvin.
And the two coaches have used different strategies as far as the personnel. Westport's been using a revolving door. Chazy's had the same 5 on for 90% or more of the game. So we'll see if fatigue will be a factor down the stretch. It's a 4-point game right now.
Well, Tanner Carroll just nailed another three-pointer. He scored their last 6 points. And we've talked about the 2-3 zone. If somebody gets hot and lights it up, will Coach Guerin change his strategy and go man-to-man?
I think not. I think he'll just stretch out that zone, but I would go man-to-man. But he likes that zone, and he pretty much lives or dies with it.
Well, right now, there are 2 clutch three-pointers by Tanner Carroll, and the guy's capable of it. We've seen it all year from him. He's cut a 10-point lead down to a 4-point lead, or a 10-point deficit down to a 4-point deficit for them. And both coaches are going over their strategies, and we'll see how it prevails after this timeout. They're walking out on the floor now. Westport will be coming out shortly. It'll be Chazy ball underneath. Like you say, Calvin, there's a lot of game left.
Yep, we've still got 1/8 plus of the game remaining, and 4 minutes is a lot of time.
Well, this game has been a game of streaks, there's no doubt about it. And I guess the question is, who will survive it when the buzzer finally blows at the end here? Kenny Boyer with the ball. Will he look to slow it up? Oh, he throws it away. Wise play by Vanderhoof. And he gives it up over to Sherman. Sherman goes right side over to MacGyver. MacGyver tries to hit Carroll, and Carroll has the hot hand, but Lewis was aware of that. Lewis long pass over to Ellis, over to Goodwin. Goodwin in the paint, and Goodwin has the hot hand. He drills the bucket. It's 41-35 Chazy. We are at the halfway point here in the fourth quarter. Chazy with a 6-point lead. Carroll with the ball back over to Sherman. Sherman over to Carroll. Carroll over to MacGyver. MacGyver inside to Jordo. And Jordo hits the bucket in the paint. And it's a 4-point Chazy lead. They're trading buckets here. It's 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Lewis with the ball. He's being guarded by number 22, Sherman. He gave it up to Kenny Blair inside to Andy Goodwin. Goodwin takes the shot, rebound MacGyver. MacGyver looking to run the court. He's trying to slow it up. He does. He gives it over to Tanner Carroll. We're approaching the 3-minute mark here, 3 minutes and 15 seconds to be exact. MacGyver with the ball. He goes over to Tanner Carroll. Out to Sherman. Sherman takes the shot. Rebound by Meade. Ball's loose. Jurdo gets it. Back to Carroll. We've hit the 3-minute mark here. And Sherman almost travels, but gets it over to MacGyver. All the way over to Carroll. Carroll will take the shot. He misses it. Rebound Kenny Blair. Kenny Blair gives it up to Lewis. It's 2 minutes and 47 seconds. It's getting exciting here at the Fieldhouse at Plattsburgh State. The fans are getting into it. Westport's yelling defense. Chazy's on the offensive end. There's 22 seconds on the shot clock. Kenny Blair has the ball, and they're slowing things up over to Ellis. Ellis squares up. He has the look. He misses the ball. Rebound by MacGyver. MacGyver's been big on the boards for Westport here in the fourth quarter. Westport down by 4, and Coach Alcott says timeout. We want to talk things over. Calvin, it's going to be an exciting 2 minutes and 21 seconds when we come back.
Yes, and Chazy is now getting one shot, not getting those offensive boards, and that's been part of the story here the last several times down the floor.
Well, we'll see how it plays out here, the final 2:21, when we come back from the break. We're back from the timeout. Alcott called a timeout with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Carroll gets it over to MacGyver. MacGyver gets it over to Sherman. The clock is approaching the 2-minute mark. We're at 2:15. He gets it over to Carroll. Carroll inside to MacGyver. MacGyver in the paint looking to take the shot. And MacGyver hits the big bucket. It's now a 2-point Chazy lead. Chazy had a 10-point lead, and Westport's now cut it to 2. We're at the 2-minute mark. Kenny Blair with the ball. Will Chazy play conservatively, or will they just take it to the hoop, trying to increase their lead?
If they start to change their method of play, they're going to be in trouble here, I think. They got to play aggressively like they have and hope for the best. You know, momentum right now is in Westport's favor, but Chazy can't start to sitting back and playing on their heels.
Oh, there's a foul. I thought it was all ball. But Corey Lewis gets the call in his favor. But from our vantage point, it looked like all ball to me, Calvin.
And from Pete McMillan's vantage point, too. It was Tommy Edwards who made the call from underneath the basket.
Well, they don't need, or I should say Lewis needs to make these foul shots. And oh my God. And he's a much better shooter than that. But he is not hitting his foul shots tonight, at least not consistently. In and out on that one. And over the back on Goodwin. It'll be Westport ball. Lewis had a good opportunity to make it a 2-possession game, and that was an opportunity gone by, Calvin.
Yep, those foul shots will come back and haunt you. And, a lot of games have been lost because of the foul shots, and tonight could be one.
Well, right now it's Sherman with the ball. We're under 1 minute and 30 seconds here in the fourth quarter. Chazy with a 2-point lead. Sherman out over to Robert. Robert inside to Jordo. And fall down below by Corey Lewis. But before the shot, it will be underneath for Westport. A minute 19 here. And Carroll with the ball. He pushes it all the way out to MacGyver. MacGyver goes over to Sherman. Out over to Carroll. Carroll out to Sherman. Sherman loses it for a minute, but he regains. Out over to MacGyver. 26 on the shot clock. All the way over to Carroll. Inside. Shots up, and what a big bucket by Zach Vanderhoof. He ties the game, and Rob Guerin wants a timeout. And I'd have to say, momentum is in Westport's favor. They came down from 10 points to tie it at 41. We got a minute to go.
It's now in Westport's favor, and it has been for several minutes now. And as I said, Chazy can't play a different ball game. They're going to kind of play an aggressive ball game and hope for the best.
Well, Vanderhoof came off the bench here in the second half, and that was a big-time bucket by Vanderhoof to tie the game in the paint with a minute to go. We're back from the timeout. It's 41-41. Goodwin with the ball, gets it over to Lewis. We're under a minute here. Lewis with the ball. Crosses center court. He's guarded by Sherman. It looks like the change-ups from Alcott paid off with different players in there, and it's paid off for Westport. They've tied the game. 16 on the shot clock. Lewis with the ball. Lewis into the paint. And Lewis in the paint makes the bucket. Chazy by 2. And timeout called by Alcott. And now strategy on Westport's side. Do they go for the 2 to tie it, or does Carroll take the 3-pointer and lights out?
I think if I'm Coach Alcott, you look to run that clock down to about 10 seconds and then put up a 2-point shot, hope for a tie. If you miss, then you still got another opportunity. Go for that rebound.
Well, there's 31 on the shot clock, 31.3 on the game clock, so it can come down to that. Or do you go to the big guy underneath? He takes a shot, and he might get fouled going in. If he misses the shot, he goes to the line for 2. A lot of options for Coach Alcott.
Yeah, the 3-point shot to me is too chancy. I know they've got some good 3-point shooters. Tanner Carroll's been lighting them up from out there, but I'd go for the short shots, so to speak, and go for the 2 points.
Well, you know, Calvin, standing here, I'm glad I'm here with you than down there trying to coach to them on what they need to do. It's much more fun up here calling the game.
Yes, and it's much more fun for Rob Guerin right now being up by 2 than it is for Coach Alcott being down by 2.
Very well said. We're back from the timeout. And it's going to be an exciting 31.3 seconds here. Carroll gets it out to Sherman. Carroll and Sherman are good 3-pointers. MacGyver could surprise you from the outside also. But what is their game plan? MacGyver looking to penetrate. No, he goes left side over to Vanderhoof. Out to Sherman. Sherman out to MacGyver. MacGyver will take it in. Rebound. Off Chazy's hands. Shot clock is off. It's 14.1 seconds to go here. Carroll with the ball outside of MacGyver. He's taking the 3-pointer. He misses it. Rebound Goodwin. And he's fouled by, it looked like by Sherman. And Goodwin's going to go to the line for 2. Goodwin could put lights out here if he makes both baskets.
The way Chazy's been shooting from the foul line, the lights out part doesn't look too good right now, but time will tell. Obviously, Westport was told if we missed a shot, Chazy gets the ball, foul immediately, and that's exactly what they did. I don't know if Goodwin had landed when he was fouled.
Now, was this a good timeout, or is Coach Guerin freezing his shooter?
No, I would call a timeout. You want to know what your team's going to do here. If he makes the first, then you got the question of do you put your defense out underneath? I wouldn't. I'd get my man. I want to get that rebound and keep them from getting that ball. But it's a 1-on-1 situation. He's going to get one shot, and if he makes it, he'll get another one. But he's got to make that first one first.
Well, here's a strategy, and I don't know how good of a strategy it is. If they make the first one, miss the second one, as they bring it up the court, do you foul them as they cross center court and send them to a 1-on-1 situation, being down by 3?
If you're up by 3, that is an option, and that's something that I thought he would have considered if he was up by 3 that last time when Westport inbounded the ball. I think not. I think I would. I take my chances, and you know, if the worst thing that could happen to you, unless you foul them taking a 3-point shot, a successful 3-point shot, is that they would tie it. So I wouldn't stop the clock if they get a 3-point lead. I would not stop the clock if I were Chazy.
Well, Goodwin has a nice set of hands, very soft hands around the basket. We'll see if he can do it here at the foul line. It's a 1-on-1 situation. Chazy has 2 players back on defense in Ellis and Lewis. Goodwin misses. Rebound. Westport. Sherman with the ball. 7 seconds to go here. 5 seconds to go. Ball knocked away. Kenny Blair with the ball. Kenny Blair. Chazy will win the game 43-41. Chazy's going to the big dance on Championship Saturday. It's been a wild game here at the Fieldhouse. Chazy prevails 43-41. The first half, they were totally outplayed, Calvin. They were lucky to go in at halftime down by 6.
Yeah, it was a different team that came out in the third quarter, but they were hanging on by the skin of their teeth here in the fourth, and that steal by Lewis clinched it. He knocked that ball loose. Boyer was able to pick it up, and Westport didn't get that final shot.
Westport came into this game as the hottest team in the MVAC in the second half of the season, and Chazy stopped that streak with a big 43-41 victory tonight. So they'll be here at Championship Saturday against either Elizabethtown or Bolton.
It'll be a situation where they're going to face a E-Town team. If they face E-Town, that a lot of rivalry between those two schools and a lot of different sports. Bolton is another set of Eagles that I think they've had better luck with against. I think I saw Bolton up at Chazy this year, and Chazy quite handily defeated Bolton. But the Lions, of course, are favored in that. So who their opponent is, we're going to find out shortly.
Are you taping that game, Calvin?
I'll be here.
All right. Well, as Calvin likes to say, that's the way it was on February 28th, 2007 in beautiful downtown Plattsburgh.